Underneath the trees, we watch the sky, confusing stars, the satellites. I never dreamed that you'd be mine, but here we are, we're here tonight, singing, hey, man, I'm alive, singing, hey, man, I am alive. If everyone cared and nobody cried, if everyone loved and nobody lied, if everyone shared and swallowed their pride, then we see the day when nobody died, and I'm singing, amen, amen.
Hi, my people. Hola, mi gente. Welcome back to 1 Hour with UCIEL. I want to thank you for tuning in. I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for giving me your time. Time is valuable to me. And the fact that you're listening to me today or Encore, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to start with tomorrow is Independence Day for Mexico. Tomorrow is Independence Day. So, usually it's celebrated tonight, 11:45, 12 midnight. Mexico's president is she's gonna be doing conducting the what is called el grito, what is like it's like the scream, the yell, the that the three Viva Mexico scream that she does. So I'm excited about that. The reason for that is because it's our female president, and it's always been a male president that gives that el grito. So I'm excited. I hope I could watch that tonight. Um, just a little history about what it is. We're celebrating independence because after almost a decade of war, it was a war almost a decade that it lasted a decade. So fighting for our independence. So that's why it's a big deal out there. Um, um, and just I want to tell you guys a little bit things about why I'm proud of of being Mexican. Is a lot of people say, well, Mexico's so bad, why you guys are over here? Because we don't have the same opportunities. We don't have the same My parents didn't have the same opportunities. Um, but however, uh, people always relate to when you're proud of being Mexican. They relate to the government, like, oh, but your government's so screwed up, it's so dirty, this and that. But it's not that we're proud of. It's nothing to do with that. We're proud of our culture. We're proud of our backgrounds. We're proud of how we were raised. We're proud of the things that we bring with us. We're proud of our generations. What uh, our family accomplish. We're proud about who we are, the heart that we have, the compassion that we have. We're proud about that. Our food, our dances, our music. That's what we're proud of. We're proud of what people do. You know, when everyone does you know, any culture stuff. We're proud of that. That's what we're proud of. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it confused that, oh, why are you so proud of it? It's so corrupted in Mexico. If you're so proud, why are you not over there? Because we don't have the same opportunities. We don't have the same opportunities. And being proud of Mexico, because I am, does not make me less be proud of where I am. I'm proud of being here in America. I'm proud of USA because it had opened a lot of doors for me. Because done a lot of good for me. I don't know about other people. I'm speaking for me. I'm proud of being here. I'm proud of being in USA because not only did this is a country where my children were born. This is a country where I got married. This is a country that feeds me. This is a country that I serve. So I'm proud of being here as well. You know, yes, Mexico is my blood, you know, is my primary blood, but I also have the traits here because if you get notice, I mean, if you know this, if you're listening and you have both nationalities, you know that there's a big difference between coming from Mexico when you're grown up already, when you're older, than coming from Mexico when you're little and you're raised here. Because no matter how Mexican we are, when we are raised here, we adapt to other mannerisms. We adapt to other things. A big example in Mexico, dogs are just animals. They're just watchdogs. They're pets. They're some people do let them come inside, but most of our people do not let them come inside. pets, they hardly ever go to the vet, um, and they always have fleas, and stuff like that, so it's a lot of awful things going on. There's good people that have, they're good pet owners, and just because you see the dog outside does not mean they're bad people, they're bad dog owners or bad people. No, it's just that's that culture. That's how it is in Mexico. But however, you come here to the United States, it's a difference, so a lot of Hispanic people, because I have heard this, and I am Hispanic, and I know this. I have heard like, why is a dog allowed to be in the bed? We don't do that in Mexico. Yeah, but you're not in Mexico. You're in United States. That's what I tell them. It doesn't matter if I'm Mexican. We have to recognize the opportunities. We have to recognize the open-minded that we have here. We're a lot of open mind to a lot of things that make sense. You know, um, you know, I remember my dad came in, watched my our dogs. We were gonna go out of town, and he was talking on the phone, and his friend was telling him, I be darned, like you travel just to watch dogs. Like in Mexico, you don't do that. Like you just stay out there. Like, and my dad says, yeah, but we're not in Mexico, and my daughter, she's different. She wanted me to come babysit the dog, so I'm here dog sitting. So they were culture shock. Like, I can't, like, really, you drove all the way 6 hours just to go? Yep, I did. And it's different. Those, I love a lot of the treats here. And we pick them up because we're raised here. I came here before I was 3 years old. I never went to school in Mexico. I remember going to a Head Start when I was little, but I remember it, and but this is where I learned English. I learned English here, because I am in this country, and I need to learn the language. And I respect the laws. You know what I mean? I don't agree with the president. I don't agree with none of what he does, but I do respect the authority. That's all I do, because that's who he is. But I don't, I have to also, I live here. I have to respect the laws here. I have to appreciate the things that are given to me here. So yes, I'm proud of being Mexican, but I'm also proud of being here. And if they tell me go back to Mexico, but I never been to Mexico. At first, I'm from a border, and I never been to Mexico, so I'm not gonna go back to where I never been. Um, and yeah, this is my country as well, because I work here, because we pay taxes here, because we volunteer here for Americans, not just for Mexicans. We volunteer for anybody that needs us. You know, we're here because, like I said, we have opportunities, and we appreciate. At least my family has appreciated the opportunities and have done something with it, and we don't bite the hand that feeds us, you know but we can not help also being proud of Mexicans, because when we hear something good that's going on in Mexico, when we hear people, like when the fires and all that, and our firemen from Mexico, our rescuers come, those are the type of things that I'm proud of. No matter how bad United States treats that country, no matter how bad they do to Mexico, no matter how bad you're treating our people with immigration and everything that's going on, they still have a heart to come out here and help their brothers and sisters. They put that aside, their pride, they put that aside. That is why I'm proud of being Mexican.
Soy mexicano, esa es mi bandera. Yo la levanto por donde quiera. Verde, blanco, rojo hasta que muera. El barrio prendido ya quemó afuera. Soy mexicano, esa es mi bandera. Yo la levanto por donde quiera. Verde, blanco, rojo hasta que muera. El barrio prendido ya quemó afuera. Soy mexicano, esa es mi bandera. Yo la levanto por donde quiera. Verde, blanco, rojo hasta que muera. El barrio prendido ya quemó afuera. Soy mexicano, esa es mi bandera. Yo la levanto por donde quiera. Verde, blanco.
Yes, I'm proud of being Mexican, because when I have a conversation with other ladies that are around my age or a little bit older, that they're old school, they bring me back home to the traits and the way I was raised, and how, you know, uh, for example, I was talking to the lady saying that, that she gets up and makes lunch for her husband. I get up and also make lunch. So a lot of a lot of people don't do that. And you guys know, you could get offended or not. There's a lot of people in America that don't get up and make lunch. And it doesn't matter what race you are. It's just, it could be Hispanic too. The younger generations, most of them do not get up and make lunch. I get up and make lunch, because that's what I saw my mom doing. I saw my mom getting up and making lunch for dad. So, so those are traits. That's what I'm proud. I'm proud of that. That makes me proud when I hear other ladies, no matter what age, that they're doing the same thing. And you might say, well, we're equal rights. It's not about that. It's about caring about your family. It's about caring about your mate. It's about taking care of your partner. I'm sure, that that you might say, well, I work, and I work too, ma'am. I work too. I work a job, and I not only do I work a job, but I also volunteer. I also have a ministry. I also have a podcast. Guess what? And I'm also a dog mom too, and they take a lot of our time. Sometimes, a little too much of our time, but that's okay. I live for that, and. But those are the type of things I'm proud of. I'm proud of. I'm proud of, like, when um my people, like, if they see someone hungry, they buy them food. They don't just, they offer them, you want to eat. I see that all the time. Like, if I'm at a taco stand and someone's outside, they buy them food, and tell them that God loves them. I'm proud of that. Those are the type of things that I'm proud of being Mexican. I'm proud that these moms that teaching their kids. The lady was talking to me about her, she taught her kids to be polite, to say hi. You don't have to hold a conversation, but be polite. Because especially if you have the Mexican grandma that will make you be polite. They'll make you. They're not going to teach you. They're going to make you be polite. That's what I'm proud. I'm proud of our foods. I'm proud of food because sometimes we don't have much in our refrigerator, but we could make a mean ass meal from nothing. From nothing, we could make. I have friends that awesome cook. I have one friend in particular that's an awesome cook. She makes everything she does is like golden. Because we come from that. We come from the bottom. We come from not having nothing and making nothing out of something. That's what I'm proud of. That's what I'm proud of. I'm proud of. I'm proud of our people always teaching them about God. And it doesn't matter about religion. It's not a matter of religion, but Hispanics people are always saying, God willing. Like, I remember my mom, when I make plans, my mom said, God willing, if God wants to. Oh, what am I gonna eat? Whatever God gives you. Oh, okay. So I use that with my kids because I was born like that. That's what I'm proud of. I'm proud of that.
Afuera, me voy. Soy mexicano, esa es mi bandera. Yo la levanto por donde quiera. Verde, blanco, rojo hasta que muera. El barrio prendido ya quemó afuera. Soy mexicano, esa es mi bandera. Yo la levanto por donde quiera. Verde, blanco, rojo hasta que muera. El barrio prendido ya quemó afuera. Soy mexicano, esa es mi bandera. Yo la levanto por donde quiera. Verde, blanco, rojo hasta que muera. El barrio prendido ya quemó afuera. Soy mexicano, esa es mi bandera. Yo la levanto por donde quiera. Verde, blanco.
I'm proud of our dances. We have folkloric dances and we have a meaning. Just like a lot of churches have do their dances and they have a meaning. They're telling a story. We have a dance too that we are telling a story. We have dances. We have the agricultures that are picking up our fruit, our vegetables, and they're not complaining. They're amazing people. You know, we have that. We have people that do the crafts. That do all those beautiful crafts and all those beautiful creations. They do it by hand. With the beautiful colors. I'm proud of our music because a lot of our music is good. It's not trash. A lot of our music have a lot of message, a lot of meaning. It's not just about sex and about nonsense. It's we have feelings in our songs. And I'm talking about the older generation. I'm not talking about the new stuff. But I'm talking about I'm proud of that. I'm old school, so I listen to old school music. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the way we dance, how we could dance. And like, if you're Hispanic, you know how to dance. No, it doesn't matter right way or not, we're gonna dance. And we have music. I'm proud of that. How worker we are. We're hard working people. We're hard working people. We work hard. And sometimes we don't get noticed, and sometimes they don't pay them enough, but they're still hard working. Are grateful for having work. When I pay my girls, you know, they always says gracias a Dios, thank God. Those are the things that I'm proud. I'm proud of. I'm proud of being from there because that we're different. We're different people. We are very different people, and I'm proud that we don't care about your color, your race. If you're hungry, we're gonna feed you. You're hungry, we're gonna feed you. To us, it doesn't matter what color you are, what race, what religion, nothing. If you're hungry, we're gonna feed you, because that's how who we are. So why I'm proud of. I'm proud of
Soy
that.
mexicano, esa es mi bandera. Yo la levanto por donde quiera. Verde, blanco, rojo hasta que muera. El barrio prendido ya quemó afuera. Soy mexicano, esa es mi bandera. Yo la levanto por donde quiera. Verde, blanco, rojo hasta que muera. El barrio prendido ya quemó afuera. Soy mexicano, esa es mi bandera. Yo la levanto por donde quiera. Verde, blanco, rojo hasta que muera. El barrio prendido ya quemó afuera. Soy mexicano, esa es mi bandera. Yo la levanto por donde quiera. Verde, blanco, rojo hasta que muera. El barrio prendido ya quemó afuera.
I'm proud of that we're Mexican and not Mexicans. We're Mexican. Can, not can't. I'm proud that we hardly, you know, we don't put our seniors in a senior home. We bring them with us, you know. Uh, we take them with us, we don't leave them. We don't leave them. We don't, you don't hear a lot of, oh, put my mom in a home. It's only the new generation, but we don't, put our moms in a home. We deal with them. We take turns. So who's gonna watch her? Who's gonna do this? That's the things I'm proud of. I'm proud of the fire that we have inside. Sometimes you guys think we're feisty. Oh, Mexican girls are feisty, and there's a lot of jokes going on about that. Yeah, that's what makes us different, because we're feisty, and I like that. I like that we stand up for what we believe in. We stand up, you know, and we're not gonna, pretend that we are who we're not. Those are the things that I'm proud of. I'm proud of the God that we carry inside. I'm proud of, you know, I'm proud of that we still have traits that haven't lost, and sometimes when you think you lose them because you meet people that don't have those traits, and then you meet other people that do have them. I'm proud of that I could relate. I'm proud I could relate. Yes, I know. The same goes in my home. The same goes in my family. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. I'm proud that my parents showed me how to work hard, how to not take advantage of people, how to be grateful. Those are the things I'm proud of. I'm proud of everything and everyone that hustles, no matter what they make nothing. They take. They're joking about, or if they put crocodiles, because the Alcatraz, whatever. What did they say? They said, well, you do that, Hispanics are going to start making belts out of them or shoes out of them. That's just the facts. They probably will do that. Those are the type of things that I'm proud. I'm like, you know what? We wish harm upon no one. And, but we're going to stand for what's right. So, yes, Viva Mexico. Viva Mexico for the independence. Viva Mexico for the right people. Viva Mexico for the right reasons. Viva Mexico for their heart. And Viva Mexico for keeping all the old school alive.
Soy mexicano, esa es mi bandera. Yo la levanto por donde quiera. Verde, blanco, rojo hasta que muera. El barrio prendido ya quemó afuera. Soy mexicano, esa es mi bandera. Yo la levanto por donde quiera. Verde, blanco, rojo hasta que muera. El barrio prendido ya quemó afuera. Soy mexicano, esa es mi bandera. Yo la levanto por donde quiera. Verde, blanco, rojo hasta que muera. El barrio prendido ya quemó afuera. Soy mexicano, esa es mi bandera. Yo la levanto por donde quiera. Verde, blanco, rojo hasta que muera. El barrio prendido ya quemó afuera.
Yeah, so in essence, I'm proud of being Mexican. I'm also proud of being here in the United States, and I'm thankful. I am thankful that United States gave me an opportunity, and because it gave me an opportunity, and then because it trusted me, you know, I'm about to do good. I'm not here to do bad, and most of us are not. Most of our all we want to do is do good. So also thank you, to United States for letting us be here. You know, uh, and that is gonna bring me um to my next subject. I'm gonna talk about and I saw a video of what's going on in Chicago, how they're pulling over, you know, by how you look, race, and color, and that's just racist. Let's call it like it is. They're just profiling. Because if you look Hispanic, we're gonna pull you over, we're gonna just arrest you, and we're gonna ask for papers and all this stuff. My thing is this, this is becoming like scary because this particular family that was I'm not sure where they were traveling from, but um they got pulled over in Chicago, and of course they were illegal in the United States, um but they had no record, they have no bad record, they just don't have papers, so that makes them not they're not doing nothing illegal, what it is, and they don't have documents, they're undocumented. Um, so they had kids that are U.S. citizens. They have kids that are U.S. citizens. So immigration decides to take these kids, to take these parents, and put them in their car, and they're gonna arrest them or not, and leave the kids. They left the kids. They left the kids on the street by the car. Just right there on the sidewalk. Just left them. Um, thank God for two Samaritans that they pulled over and helped those children, and this lady, because I watch a lot of videos about it, and but the one video that caught me, the lady was crying. She was like overwhelmed, and she's crying because she can't believe that immigration has left these children on the street. So as you're getting rid of the Hispanics, you're getting rid of I don't know if they were Mexican, I don't know, but I know they were Hispanic, because you could be Guatemalan, you could be Cuban, you could be whatever, just because we look Hispanic, we're not all Mexicans. So, but those children are U.S. citizens. So you mean to tell me you're treating your U.S. citizens like that? You're just leaving them on the street? So what is it that you're doing? I'm not understanding that. I'm not understanding how you talk about children's right, and CPS, and all this crazy stuff, nonsense, about children. But you're the one that's leaving the children in the street. You're leaving the children in the street without parents. So what are you doing to your citizens? What are you doing to your citizens? Because those kids are citizens. Regardless if you don't like it or not, doesn't matter. Doesn't Your opinion does not matter. They're citizens. They have rights too. They have rights too. But they're children, so they don't know their rights. They're children, so they don't know. So you take advantage of that. Like I still don't understand why those kids were left in the streets. Oh, and another thing, um, they got taken to, like, I guess, I don't know, foster or somewhere, because guess what? Their family, the other family they have, because they call family members, the kids gave the Samaritan family member, they're scared to pick them up because they're illegal too. So if they go pick up these children, guess what? They're gonna get taken in. So what are you trying to do, America? Are you trying to leave all these kids on fosters? You trying to leave all these kids without parents? What are you trying to do with them or to them? Because this is also against them. You know, it's inhumane. It's not right. It's not godly. Leaving those kids in the streets is not godly. You have no heart. If you could leave a child unattended on the street, because I'm sorry, but I'm gonna tell you this: if you would have been a blue-eyed kid, he would never be left there on the street by himself. Let's call the facts, and I know I'm gonna make people upset. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're gonna, me. I talk it true, and I talk it like I walk it like I talk it, and I'm raw. If it would have been babies with blue eyes, it would have never been. That would never happen. But these are Hispanic kids, so who cares about them? Leave them on the street. Praise God for those people that help them. praise God for those people that stopped, and they were there until they were taken to wherever they needed to go. But you left them there. And then they're trying to tell the officer, you can't leave these children. And officers, it's not my problem, and this and that. What do you mean it's not your problem? It is your problem, because you're the one that's leaving them there. You're the one that detained their parents. So it becomes your problem. You detained the parents. So I don't understand. I don't understand what these laws are doing. I don't understand what these people are doing. I don't understand what the president is getting out of this. I don't understand. I mean, if someone could explain it to me, why is it okay to leave children in the street, and children in the school by themselves because the parents got taken? And can I tell my kid goodbye? No, you can't. So what, the kid's gonna walk home and wait for the parents and not know? Like, that's inhumane. I mean, I want you guys to think about it. It doesn't matter what nationality, what race, what color you are. Think about this. If you get taken away, you can't tell your child, I got taken away, baby. Go to your tias, go to your neighbor, go to somewhere. No, you have no right to talk to them. Like, who are you to do that? How are you going to leave the kid wondering what happened to my parent? They're children. How do you live by yourself? How can you go home, have a meal with your family, knowing that that kid is destroyed? That kid is probably crying by himself at home, scared, not knowing what to do. How do you live like that? I understand there's rules because I live here. I understand there's things that we have to follow. I understand, but do it the proper way. Do it the proper way. You want them to come here legally? Help them. Help them. Help them come here. Help them stay here if they haven't done no crime. Help them. Help them. Don't break families apart. Don't do that. Don't let these children grow up to have hate, to have anger, to have sadness. You know, don't do that. Why are you breaking families apart that are doing anything to you? You're so worried about, I'm so worried about, collecting good people that, no, these children was left alone on the road. If it wasn't with those Samaritan, what if they would have been a kidnapper? What if it had been someone, a child molester or something? What if that would have happened? Then what? Thank God these people were good. And she was recording live and she was crying. She was so emotional. And this is a stranger, because she says those kids are just there. Like, you just left them there. Like, who does that? How insensitized are you? And if you're listening to me and you're an immigration officer, shame on you if you've done this. Because I'm sure there's good ones. But if you've done this, oh, because my boss told me. But guess what? My boss tells me a lot of things, but I'm not going to do things that are ungodly. I'm sorry, because my God's gonna get me through it. My God's gonna provide. I have faith in my God that if I do the right thing, my God's gonna take care of me, no matter where it takes me. You know, that's inhumane. There needs to be other laws. There needs to be other changes, because you can't be doing this to the children. We, yes, boo for you. We the people have to stand up for these children. We have, especially if you have child. Think about your child. If you've gone through that, just because it's not your problem, don't say, well, my kids are, they're fine. I'm not gonna. No, it's everybody's problem. Guess what? Because those kids are gonna go to the system. Those kids are gonna go to the system. So it is gonna become your problem. Financial, whatever, it's gonna become your problem. So no, we need to have better laws for them. We need to not do that. I don't know. I don't know what's the answer, but I know that this is not the way to do things. That's what I know for a fact. You know, You can't be doing that. You can't just just rip their parents away, and then, because literally that's what they did. They ripped them away, and you know, and left the children there. But what the end result that I heard is that those kids, nobody came to pick them up because the family's afraid. So guess what? They got taken in on foster. That's crazy. That's crazy. So let's start thinking. Let's start thinking a little bit about uh, what we're voting. Let's stand up for them. We are their voice, please. And I'm going to take a small break, and we'll be back. Enjoy the music.
From underneath the trees, we watch the sky, confusing stars, the satellites. I never dreamed that you'd be mine, but here we are, we're here tonight. Singing, hey, man, singing amen. I am alive. If everyone cared and nobody cried, if everyone loved and nobody lied, if everyone shared and swallowed their pride, then we see the day when nobody died, and I'm singing amen. I'm alive.
This is your boy Blue. And when you're in the mix with me, we vibe, we rockin', we rollin', and we ride. So get ready, man. We about to go on a trip. Let's do it.
You're in the mix. You're in the mix. You're in the mix with your boy Blue. You're in the mix. You're in the mix. You're in the mix with your boy Blue. You're in the mix. You're in the mix. You're in the mix. That's right. Your boy Blue. You're in the mix. You're in the mix. You're in the mix.
Reclaim his throne. Only gives mercy to those who he owns. I don't really think we know who he is. I heard that just a little bit of leaven is what leavens the loaf. So keep the devil out the rhetoric of threats in your posts. All this pridefulness is obvious, embedded in folks. We win a trophy, we boast, but we won't credit the coach. We need a medical dose of something better than hope. Cause it don't matter if we lie long as we said it the most. I heard Diddy and the Reverend was close. What a pity, guess you'll sacrifice the sheep when you in bed with the goats. Oh my God. He been a God of patience. Look what he's enduring, bro. We been an awful nation. His witness, it don't fit us. We need many alterations. But instead of offer praises, we just give him ultimatums. We're dependent on him, and yet we offend him often, fostering our sin. Cause we're the synagogue of Satan. I don't care if you're the president and been involved with Masons. When we're sent to God to face him, he gon' end them altercations. And that paper throne that you basing your stature on is gonna evaporate, and you won't get to pass your traits along. Better ask that clown Saul about the downfall of an arrogant king that forgets the crown's call. Yeah, the dude's mute, but the tune's sushi. Why? Cause he ain't saying nothing, but he sound raw. You got an issue? Pew, pew, nigga, cool, shoot me, huh? A casket don't mean nothing, I'm a groundhog. I lost myself when I found God. The cross and nails tossed to hell what was governing my downfall. And I don't play with puppies, nigga, down, dog. Shut me up, better luck trying to drown jaws. I don't really think that we ready for what's next. Yeah, whole world finna just come on, let's go. Yeah, for real. And Farajaka got the Saints screaming Maranatha. We here awaiting Armageddon with a pair of choppers. There's only one position in this marriage partner, and there's only one physician. Guess we share a doctor. Read the print like there was glass on your hand. You won't study, you won't pass your exam. Listen, buddy, must be bloody by the Passover lamb. So he could take you on a trip that you couldn't get NASA to plan. There's a massive demand for the master at hand, but the heathens too evil, they even asked for his hand. I know the reason that them feet print was smashed in the sand was to carry me, so you could keep your trash in a can. So when the trumpet sounds and the seal is opened, and with the fire from his mouth he leaves a million smoking, and Babylon collapses with his pillars broken. He gon' kill every killer and he gon' heal his choke. I don't think that we are ready for what comes next. When he comes back to reclaim his throne, cause it's gonna be so much worse than anyone expects. Cause he only shows mercy to his own. Tell me, what are you? Are you saved by his grace? Or are you going to depend on your words? So tell me, what are you? Are you saved by his grace? Cause can't nothing that you've done clean your dirt. Thank you, Jesus. So I don't really think that we ready for what's next.
You're in the mix with your boy Blue. I'ma try to guide on through the zodiac. No tarot cards, chakras, all them crystals, none of that. You connect with false guys when you do yoga on that man. I don't think they heard me, run it back. I'ma try to guide on through the zodiac. I'ma try to guide on through the zodiac.
In the mix with the DJ Blue.
I'ma try to guide, no call me a Gemini. Cut off all them models, let them die. Angle numbers, send them tarot cards, all a lie. Redo the ride of me, don't worship stars in the sky. When you lukewarm, you gon' make God vomit. Yoga, that's just Brahmin worship, that's demonic. Astrology and them horoscopes, that's demonic. Tryna mix that with my Lord, that make you a false prophet. Basing who you did on zodiac signs, you need to stop it. You're not gonna find peace and crystals, but I know who got it. The King of Kings, you shoot a real trending topic. If it's witchcraft in your movie, I don't wanna watch it. I'm a child of God, I don't do the zodiac. No tarot cards, chakras, or them crystals, none of that. You connect with false gods when you do yoga on that man. I don't think they heard me, run it back. I'm a child of God, I don't do the zodiac. I'm a child of God, I don't do the zodiac. I'ma make a lot of people big man, arm on, cause I cannot let a demon get past. Try to connect with your ancestors, that's just witchcraft. And once you let them spirits in, it's gonna get bad. Okuta Kente, but you not connecting with your roots. You connect with demons, don't matter, it's just the truth. Innocents don't get rid of bad spirits, so let them through. When I walk in, they gonna be like, who are you? I'm a child of God, I don't do the zodiac. No tarot cards, chakras, or them crystals, none of that. You connect with false gods when you do yoga on that mat. I don't think they heard me, run it back. I'm a child of God, I don't do the zodiac. I'm a child of God, I don't do the zodiac. I don't think they heard me, run it back. I don't think they heard me, run it back.
You're in the mix with your boy Blue.
I can see you going all in, ballin'. Now throw that money up, you can see it falling. You say you're Christian, but I doubt you going all in. Don't sign that dotted line. You were trapping all in LA to Compton. You should put your trust in God and not in this world. God keep his promise. How I live my life, but I was living wrong. Then I opened up my eyes, started picking up the phone. When we're real, we attack. Push a demon wig back. Scripture, I'ma send that. Rat-a-tat. Tell me where I'm going at. They can find where pieces at. Jesus gonna bring it back. Jesus gonna bring it back. I thought I made it, there's a long way to go. Soul ties filled with pride, smoking on some drugs. Trying to blood my thoughts, well, I'm just gonna smoke. Demons in my life, all telling Jesus in my soul. Hey! How do I do that? Move back, go, two jab, two back. Never try to shoot back and shoot back. Double I leave, love, so always staying by my side. Tired of this life you try. Jesus wants this lifestyle. We don't play with it. When we open up the scriptures, we obeying it. No longer banging, no longer in my drink. Sipping lanes, dipping lanes, switching, knocking with some pain in it. Wait the beat drop. Hold up. Back to prison, brother, you are on a roll. Acts 3:19, you should ought to know. Repent and turn and gotta know my chase about to go. Give me that. You say, but you need to have control. Give me that. You say, you okay, but that is no. For you to talk to God, cause God sits high. You gotta go to Jesus, cause he's the most. Ain't saying you're the over here. Staying true to Jesus, cause this is how I live. Oh, they ain't on my come on. This is how you feel. Forgiveness is a medicine. That's how you get healed. Hey. Let's try to do that. Trap house moving on. Preaching what they do there. Word of God going around your head like a do-rag. Meeting people where they are, they don't like the way we do that.
Ride with me. You're in the mix. You're in the mix. You're in the mix with your boy Blue. You're in the mix. You're in the mix. You're in the mix with your boy Blue. You're in the mix. You're in the mix. You're in the mix with your boy Blue. You're in the mix. You're in the mix. You're in the mix with your boy Blue. That's right, y'all. Now you know what it's like to vibe, rock, roll, and ride with me. Your boy Blue in the mix. 5OST out.
From underneath the trees, we watch the sky, confusing stars, the satellites. I never dreamed that you'd be mine, but here we are, we're here tonight, singing, hey, man, I'm alive, singing, hey, man, I am alive. somebody died, and I'm singing, hey, amen.
Welcome back, my people. Welcome back, mi gente. Yeah, so we left off with talking about immigration, and we are their boys, so we have to make some changes. I respect when they say we don't want bad people here, because this is our our land. We are in stolen land. Let's not forget that. So if I mean we all have, I'm grateful that that I'm here, and therefore I'm respected. But also, I'm not gonna let I'm not gonna be okay with you disrespecting the children. That's not animals and children. We are their boys. We are the ones that have to stand up for them. They're innocent kids. They don't know what's going on. What crime did they commit? you know so if you have a chance to speak about it, if you have a chance to defend it, if you have a chance to give your opinion, a positive opinion, then let's never forget that they're children. Regardless, they're children. you know they're children. You wouldn't want that for your children. I know I wouldn't want that for my children. So that's why I'm speaking. I don't like when people say, well, and I don't care. I don't have kids no more. My kids are grown. No, but there's still a future, ma'am. There's still a part of this world that, is humane thing. So if you could help and you do something about it, if you could speak on it, do it. If we don't make noise, it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop you know so I want to go to another subject. Also, I believe this has been a crazy month, beginning of a crazy month, but I also been watching in the news about that lady from Ukraine that got stabbed on the subway on a train. I think in Charlotte. Yeah. And okay, so the guy got caught right away. He had mental illness. And why I'm talking about it is because I'm seeing how the world's becoming desensitized, and we don't care for others. The fact that about the migration already. You know, but in this particular situation, the girl was sitting in the she was sitting just like normal, just on her phone. Um, and the guy behind her gets up and just stabbed her. Like 4 minutes after she got on, he just stabbed her, like for no reason. He doesn't know her. He doesn't. She didn't do nothing. Even look at him, but he stabs her. He just stabs her. Okay. Um, and he walks away. And she just looks at him like so fast. And they show some people that get scared and they seen it and they walked away. They got off the train right away, and that's fine. I'm not saying go and be a hero. No, because this guy is mental. He could do that to you as well. I'm not here saying that. Okay. But what I'm upset about is that after the guy got off the bus, he already stabbed her. Okay. The girl's crying. She doesn't even know how hard she's crying and bleeding. She's crying. You can see the video that she's crying. She doesn't even realize what just happened to her. People are walking. They're looking at her. They're walking away. No one, no one went up to her and you know sit there with her and hold her or let me call 911. Like you know why? Oh, we don't want to get involved. Involved with what? Involved with saving her life, involved with that she was gonna die, that she didn't die alone, because she died alone. Okay, so just so people know, she died alone. Do you realize how scared she was when she saw that blood pouring out of her? And because people don't want to get involved, that happened to her. She was a lady, a refugee from Ukraine. That happened to her, you know. And this guy has history, at least more than 5 accounts of mental illness, about getting arrested for all kinds of reasons. Why is he out there? Why are you not taking him out? Why are you so worried about my Mexican people, but you're not worried about this fool? How? Why? Why is he out? Because he brings money. Because every time you pick him up, that's money. Because every time he goes to jail, that's money. Every time you pick him up, it's money for your pocket. Is that why? So no, no, that's unacceptable. This guy, I hope that family sues whoever she needs to do, because what happened is not okay. She died alone. It broke my heart when I heard the story that she died alone. You know, yes, I'm not saying you should have been a hero. You should have defended her. No, because it happened so quick. And I don't ever encourage no one to get into a situation like that. Please don't get into a situation like that. But he already got off the bus. He already got off the bus. People watched him get off the camera showing everything. And people just walking away from her. And she's crying and holding her neck. And she's crying. Nobody went up to her and said, "Oh my God, just saw what happened to you. Hold her until the ambulance gets here. Call the cops. Do something." Nobody. She died alone. That's how insensitized this world is coming. You know, I can't tell you what I would do if I was there because I don't know. But I want to tell you one thing. I will have empathy for her, and I'll be concerned for her, and I'll be probably helping her, like holding her or something. I probably wouldn't do nothing if the guy's still there. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and say, "Oh, I would have been a hero." No, because I wouldn't. But once that guy got off, yes, because that's a God in me. That's a mercy I have for people. I've done it with a lot of strangers. If they're okay when they're crying, can I help you? Because sometimes I might not have the money. Might not have the things that they need, but maybe I could help them. Or I've done things like that where they're right there sitting down and they can't walk further because they have no shoes and it's hot. So here I have a pair of sandals. I can't give you more, but I give you this so you could continue your path. That's empathy, empathy. Not to be a hero, but to help one another. What happened to the young lady is horrible. The fact that she died alone, the fact that no one helped her, you know, that no one helped her. Who knows afterwards, but at the minute she was right there, nobody helped her. Somebody had to help her after because, I'm not saying, and I'm so glad he got caught. But is he going to be back out to do this again to somebody else? Is he going to be back out? So if you're out there riding the bus, the train, the subway, please stay off your phone. Don't be on the phone. Like if you want to be hearing music, that's fine, but don't be just having your eyes on the phone because there's crazy people around you. If you can't turn your back on someone, just go sideways and keep an eye because that is crazy that happened. That is crazy that happened. Why did he have a weapon in the why? Why? Why is he out? That's my thing. If you knew he did this before, why is he out there doing it again? When is it gonna stop? Until it's one of you? Until one Yeah. When is it gonna stop? Until it's one of those, you know, oh, he attacked a police officer's wife and or something. Then it's gonna be like, okay, he's never coming back out. We are equal, sir and ma'am. We are all equal. So let's care for one another. If you could help someone, call the ambulance. We done it. We done it when we're doing outreach right there. We done it at least twice. When we saw one dehydrated, we got off and gave them water and a rag with cold and try to help them because they're human. We're not gonna let them die right there. We done that with another young man that had his broken finger and he was bleeding. He no one was helping him until I saw him. Then we called the volunteer called the ambulance. We wrapped it up with a rag. We can't do much, but we could do a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. My condolences to the family of this young lady. Young, beautiful young lady. Young. This happened. You could look it up. She got stabbed on the sub train on Charlotte. You can look it up and you'll see. And you'll see. This is just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And what upset me is to see the people just look at her and get off like, oh, she's crying. Like, no one said, hey, what's going on? They probably didn't see that she got stabbed, but they saw the blood coming out. And the fact, okay, let's say they didn't see the blood, but they saw her crying. And even if he didn't do nothing, she's crying because she got scared, you know? But she's gone. So my condolences to the family, and I hope that we start bringing feelings back into this life because that desensitizes. That's just scary to know that that is happening now. That's scary. Yeah. So I'm gonna jump into another subject, that's been going on in the news everywhere. I'm already tired of it. My mom says she's already tired of it too. And I know I'm gonna upset some people, which that's fine. That's fine. This is my show, and That's my opinion. And if you're so bothered, you could call. But, you know, I'm going to talk about Charlie Kirk. You know, at first I didn't know who it was. When Red Blue told me, I'm like, who? It's like, I was like, well, whoever he is, I go, that's pretty sad that he got killed by, you know, whoever he is. I don't care who he is. It's sad that he got killed, but why did he get killed? And then I started doing research. I seen him before. I seen him doing some stuff. But I didn't know who he was. I just thought he was just some another of Trump's supporters. You know, I just thought it was that. It's an influencer. That's all. I didn't think nothing big of it. You know. Um. So um. But one, I knew him because he was a little racist towards us, and he was a supporter, so I expected him to be racist because if he's a supporter, he's gonna be racist because he was that strong of a supporter, Um, but once I started seeing his interviews and started learning more about him, I'm like, you were not a good person. You were not a nice person. You were what you were sent to this world. It was to make division, to create division between people. No. Do I think he deserved it? No. I don't, I don't believe in that. But however, I can understand why people are so upset because he was not a good person, and they were saying, well, what about the wife and poor kids? Yes, poor wife and poor kids, because those kids are left without a father. Absolutely. Absolutely. My heart does go out to those children because they're innocent and all this. The children are innocent, you know, but just the same way just the same way his children have no father is the same way that he was okay with immigration ripping those kids away from their parents. He said he didn't care. He said it's okay. So we have to be careful of the things that we wish. That we have to be careful of the things that we say. We have to be careful what we wish upon others. You know, it wasn't right. Yes. He used God like that's a crutch. To me, he used it as a crutch to get people like, oh, he loves God. But he was so empathetic. He was so mean about it, so cruel about it. There's a thing being raw and believing in what you believe, because I believe, but I'm not gonna degrade no one, and I'm not gonna be I'm not a judge. Only God could judge us. I'm not gonna judge people for what the choices. God's gonna deal with that. Am I okay with a lot of choices? No, I'm not okay. No, I don't want to be your friend. But I'm also not gonna um be wishing you harm. No, I'm not gonna wish you harm. I'm not okay with it, and that's it. And I will speak my mind, but I'm not gonna wish harm. See, he was wishing harm. He was okay with that. And the fact that people are forgetting that he's just a human, that he was not a reverend, he was no one important to that matter. He was just another human being that's an influencer. Anybody could become an influencer. We know people that are influencer for doing dumb things. We know people that just scratch their ass and they get an influencer because they burp and they fart and all this stuff. They're influencers. So any clown could become an influencer. Anyone. It takes a lot of dedication, and you have to have a lot of free time, because there's good influencers. There's good people out there doing good things. They're rescuing animals. They're helping people. They're doing a lot of. I follow very good influencers, but there's some that I'm like, why in the world are you an influencer? So he just files in that category. So the fact that people are making him like God, like idolizing, God doesn't like that. Let's remember, God is a jealous God. We don't idolize no one but him. So we're already starting wrong with that. We're idolizing him. Yes, it was unfortunate what happened to him. You know, yeah, you want to talk about it, but the fact that let's do this monumental. They do. Who is he? I want you to call me and ask me, who is he? Who is he? You know, who is he? And then I was very offended to see that they compared him to Martin Luther King. That's when I'm like, no, 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 no. We're not gonna compare it to Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was a reverend. He wanted peace. He wanted equality. He was a good man. How are you going to put him in the same category with this guy's division? It's the contraire of Martin Luther King. It's the contraire. How are you going to say this equal? How? I mean, did you learn about Martin Luther King? Did you learn? Did you go to school? I don't remember learning about Charlie when I went to school. I don't think he was born when went to school. So, what do you? I don't understand this. I really don't understand how ignorant people are. Why so ignorant? Why idolize him? What he believed was right, and he was rude. He was rude because there could be raw people. I follow some people that I don't agree with what they say, but I'm like, oh, he has a point, and he's raw about it. He's polite about it. But this guy was not polite about it. This guy had a lot of hate and anger towards people, towards African American, towards LGBT, and towards Hispanic. He put us all in the same category. And he has a nerve to say, I don't like them because they're in my they're criminals because they came into a land without permission. First of all, sir, it's not your land. It's a stolen land. So if you say we came here to your land, you're here too. You're in this land. It's not your land. You're a criminal too. Are you a criminal? Having not having legal papers does not make you a criminal. It makes you undocumented. They're undocumented. They're not criminals. If they have not committed a crime, they're not criminals. You learn that in court. You're not proven guilty until fine. So how are you gonna already call them criminals when they have not committed a crime yet? So if you are one of those that's idolizing, you better check. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. You only idolize God. That's it. That's it. That's it. He was nobody special. He was just a human being like you and me. He was an influencer. The only reason why he was up there because he was behind the president, because he was promoting hate, so it was okay to put him up there. That's the only reason. Because if you listen to not a lot of his nonsense, I'm like, okay, I don't get it. I don't get it. Yes, my heart goes out to those children because those children did not deserve that. Those children did not deserve to be brought in. Now they have a papa. They're the most innocent in this. But he should have thought about that too. I have a family. I have to control myself. He thought he was immortal. That's what happened. See, people started lifting him up to that. He thought he was like, I'm it. No, you're not, sir. I'm sorry that happened to him. And I'm sorry to those that really are affected by it from the heart. But let's be careful who we idolize. Be careful what we do, because that's promoting anger. That's promoting things that are not good. So he was doing a lot of division. So I want to take the time to thank you for listening to me. Remember, take care of your animals. Love them, kiss them, give them water. Love one another, guys. At least, and if you don't love them, at least try to get along and think positive. Let's not feed hate. Let's not give out hate. Let's give love. Until next time, take care of each other, guys.
For some healing, let me tell you about my Jesus. He makes a way where there ain't no way, rises up from an empty grave. Ain't no sinner that he can save. Let me tell you about my Jesus. His love is strong and his grace is free. And the good news is I know that he can do for you what he's done for me. Let me tell you about my Jesus.